Tuesday, June 2nd. You're watching the Hammer Daily here on the Hammer Betting Network, presented by our good friends over at FanDuel. I'm your host for today, Jason Cooper, alongside my producer for the next hour and a bit, Mike Bennett, working his way behind the boards. And we have a great show for you today. We got two guests coming on. We got Drew. It's Tuesday. Drew batting leadoff. We're going to talk some NBA Finals, Knicks, Spurs. Going to talk a little bit of French Open, some tennis, crazy stuff going on. Excited to talk about the women's side with him as well as the men's side. Unfortunately, our guy Hodor lost today to Zverev. Right before we went live, I was kind of hoping we would have a live sweat going on. Turns out we don't. Zverev is still alive and well in the French Open, which is horrible news. We want Zverev to lose. I didn't realize why the tennis community hated Zverev. Googled his name. Now I realize why they hate him. Got it. I'm anti Zverev with you guys. After that, we got Bo coming on. We're going to talk some NHL as well. We're going to talk Vegas, Carolina. He's got some choice words for Rob. Rob came on last week talking about the finals, and yeah, Bo's got some strong things to say. So excited to hear what he has to say about that. And then also, if we have time, we'll talk a little bit about baseball, some Rookie of the Year futures, some Cy Young futures as well. Excited to get into the show today. We got a great show for you today. Do us a favor before we get started. Smash the like button. Goes a long way here on the channel. If you're new to the channel as well, hit that subscribe button. And I'm sure you saw yesterday we got some World Cup content coming out. So ring that notification bell to be notified anytime we drop a video for the World Cup. If you're interested in the World Cup, you want to bet on it. I know all you freaks do. You guys love betting on sports, love watching sports. So, yeah, make sure you turn on that notification bell. Before we get into things, before we bring on Drew here, crazy stuff happened in the NFL. The NFL just is, no matter what time of the year, the NFL just takes over. Yesterday was June 1st, and we knew it was coming. We knew that there would be a trade. We were waiting on the A.J. Brown news. Everyone expected him to go to the Patriots. We kind of knew all that stuff. By the way, Diana Rossini, prime opportunity to tweet out to break that news. Like, that would have been objectively the funniest thing on Twitter yesterday, but she didn't do it. Anyway, someone else broke it. First and a fifth for A.J. Brown, which little head scratcher. Good job, Eagles. Good job, Eagles fans. Shout out to you guys. Eagles proving time and time again why they're one of the best organizations in the league. Getting a first and a fifth for A.J. Brown. I mean, just good tidy work there. Good tidy work there. But the biggest news of the day yesterday, and I don't know if you guys saw, but Myles Garrett got traded. Oh, wowee. That was a big whopper. Going to the Rams for Jared Verse, a first, a second, and a third. And everyone is praising the Rams, as they should. This was an incredible trade from the Rams. And now I'm hearing all over the place that Aaron Donald might come out of retirement too. Like, the Rams are set up perfectly this year to win. But I'm still bothered by the Rams. I think this is a great move. I think they did an excellent job. But this makes me scratch my head even more about the Ty Simpson stuff. Now, I know people are going to say they want their quarterback of the future. They're not going to have a first-round pick for a while, so it makes sense to draft. No, it doesn't make sense to draft Ty Simpson. I'm sorry. We make fun of the San Francisco 49ers for blowing up ADP, reaching on guys. We should be doing the same thing for the Rams. It does not make sense that they did that. You had the perfect opportunity to shore up what I believe to be one of their biggest weaknesses. People are going to be shocked when they hear this. Wide receiver is one of their biggest weaknesses. Obviously, they have Puka Nacua. Obviously, they have Devontae Adams. But guess what? Devontae Adams is pretty old, 32 years old. Huge risk of injury. Puka Nacua, we don't know where he's going to be at any given time. He's losing his mind in the offseason. One of those guys go down, your offense is heavily neutered. You had a wide receiver fall to your lap, and you drafted Ty Simpson instead. They could have fixed it all by drafting a wide receiver in the second round. No, they dropped their fifth tight end. So this draft is just a big head scratcher for me from the Rams still. Good work from the Rams. Good job getting Myles Garrett. But still, it's just such a head scratcher. Such a head scratcher. And I don't want anyone to get hurt. I don't want bad things to happen. But if Devontae Adams or Puka Nacua somehow miss games next year, it's the Rams' fault that they don't win the Super Bowl, because they should be shoo-ins right now with the team that they have. They could have shored up their depth at wide receiver. They didn't. Good luck with Mumfield. Good luck with, I don't know, whoever else is their third, fourth, fifth wide receiver on that team. And yeah, tough luck. Happy for the Rams, though. Happy for Rams fans. It is what it is. I just don't get the Ty Simpson stuff. Anyways, going to bring on Drew in just a second. Before we do that, this show is brought to you by FanDuel. Baseball fans, big hits get even bigger with Dinger Tuesday on FanDuel. Customers can choose their own reward every Tuesday to use on home run bets. How will you play your game? Option 1, the bet reset. Use this on your wager and you'll get refunded in a bonus bet if your bet loses. Option 2, a 50% profit boost. Make your bet, activate the profit boost, and if it hits, that's extra winnings at no extra cost. There's a couple guys I like today that I will be using my profit boost on. You guys can pick which one you want. My 50% boost. You got Matt McLean out there plus 680, best price in market. Cedric Mullins plus 730, best price in market. Vaughn Grissom plus 820, best price in market. And Connor Norby plus 820, best price. But these are all the best price in market using BetStamp Pro to pull this up. If you're going to be betting this stuff, you're going to be doing it. Make sure you're getting the best price in market. You can find that oftentimes over on FanDuel. Make your choice, and the reward will be ready to use on your next home run bet. Just visit FanDuel.com/forwardprogress. Choose your own reward for every single dinger Tuesday. Play ball with the home run for home runs on FanDuel, an official partner of the MLB. Must be 21 plus and present in select states. For Kansas affiliation, Kansas Star Casino team plus president in DC, Kentucky, or Wyoming. Opt-in required. Rewards and non-withdrawable restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, legal crimes, and max surgery amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-MARY, call 1-888-789-7777. Visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. Visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 1-800-327-5050 for 24/7 support. Massachusetts, call 1-778-HOPE-WIRE. Text HOPE-WIRE in New York, call 1-877-770-7867 in Louisiana. All right. Sorry about the ringing of my phone there. Just put myself on mute. Our first guest, he's an NFL, NBA, and a tennis handicapper, betting analyst over at NBC Sportsbet, co-host of the Deep Dive podcast, and the #1 bottom-up wine originator here on Gambling Twitter. The whale capper himself, Drew Dinsick. Drew, how's it going?
Oh, it's going well, man. I like the new intro music. Good little intro monologue there. That was a good warm up, and yeah, I mean, there was a lot of hemming and hawing and concern about the Rams. I mean, like, can you schedule the parade?
You might as well, but I needed to get that out there on June 2nd. Last thing I want is for someone to get hurt. Last thing I want is for Puka Nacua to do something stupid and get like arrested or something like that, or like I don't know. He's got like all this stuff going on, like suspended, whatever he does. Anyways, I don't want that stuff to happen. But if it does, like we got this clipped from June 2nd, and we're good to go.
I would go the other way though. Clip this from June 2nd. Right. Something happens to Stafford, put Myles Garrett under center. Something happens to Puka Nacua, send Myles Garrett out wide. He's kind of the answer to the question of, if you had to have a team of one player playing every position, who would you choose? It was always Myles Garrett, and yeah, I'd like to see what he can do. Let's give him some more. But no, in seriousness, it is a wild trade. I didn't see it coming. We usually, like in the gambling community, there's a couple of leaky spots in the Rams boat where we usually hear stuff before it hits the wire. I didn't hear this. This was a little bit of a out of left field. I thought there was, if you never know. Like the Patriots Eagles could have just been an absolute slam dunk. They were in hard agreement on terms, and there was no 11th hour team was going to come swoop in. But I was kind of, if there was a surprise Rams trade, I was going to be, the Rams actually did kind of swoop in and give more for AJ Brown than what the Patriots were offering or something like that. But no, they went after Myles Garrett, the best defensive player in football, which is pretty amazing. And I think ultimately, as far as rating this team now, this raises their floor defensively. Pretty clearly, they were going to have a tough time breaking into the top 5 defenses in the NFL with the personnel that they had, even with the additions that they made in the secondary in the offseason. Now they clearly have a top 5 defense on paper if everyone's healthy. And I think excited to see what the upgrade is going from a player like Verse to a player like Garrett, because people are kind of equivocating how close they are. They're not close. They're not. Like Myles Garrett, and now on a defensive line where you're going to have to give other guys attention, like he could be even more disruptive this year than he was as a Brown. I'm excited to see what this looks like, and I'm excited to see the Rams defense, kind of flex here. But yeah, I mean, the Rams are probably there. The question of who's your #1 power rated team is no longer a drama. Like the Rams are going to be #1 with a bullet going into this regular season. I would argue they should be like a +7 as rostered currently, but they are the most fragile team because their #1 player, as far as rating goes, is Matthew Stafford. He's 38. 10 months ago, there was some sincere concern about whether he was going to play football again. And after his best season of his career, like, is he going to be able to return to that form? Is he going to be able to give you 17 regular season games? Is he going to be fresh for the playoffs? These are all real questions that ultimately will determine whether or not they win a title, and we don't know the answers yet. And yeah, as you mentioned, Puka Nacua, well, earlier this year, he was going through a personal crisis. I have no idea whether that's been solved and whether he's going to be perfectly sharp come week one. But I do know that there's a pretty high likelihood he'll get a head injury at some point this season, just the way he plays. And so he'll miss some time. My fare on the Rams right now, 525 as currently rostered. I haven't finished my ratings on all of the teams, particularly the bottom half of the teams, just kind of still trying to understand how roles and responsibilities are going to be divided up before I settle on a number there. But yeah, I think 525 is fair for the Rams right now, and it's June. I wouldn't bet that with any kind of sincerity because so much can happen between now and February, and you're locking up capital for a lot of time. You could be exercising that capital. I mean, World Cup's this month, man. We need those. We need that. We got soccer solved, man. We need that capital available to flex in the World Cup markets here. So I wouldn't say run to the book and get a Rams ticket, but but I would say they're now in a pretty rare era of elite rating going into a season. I got to do a little bit of homework to answer this with clarity, but I don't know that I've had another team rated this high going into the season, going back to the Brady Patriot, Manning Colts type of time frame. So this is exciting, and I hope they stay healthy, and I hope they win a second Super Bowl in SoFi.
Yeah, no, I listen. I'm cheering for the Rams. I have a close friend who's a massive Rams fan growing up. Absolutely loves the Rams. So always happy to see friends' favorite teams win. But again, just had to go a little bit on that rant because I'm not gonna lie, I did have some Mekhi Lemon unders, and he was projected to go to the Rams, and I'm still bitter about that. Still a little bitter. So,
oh my gosh,
yeah, there we go. Yeah. I like that.
Your point though is fair. This makes the Ty Simpson draft choice even more inexplicable.
Exactly.
What in the world?
I agree. Yeah. I agree. I just heard some people using this as a reason to justify the Ty Simpson pick, being okay, you need a quarterback to pick. I'm like, no. if Sean McVay is gone and Matt Stafford are gone, you're done anyways. You're not competing. So don't even try and stake your claim on Ty Simpson. And hey, honestly, I could be wrong. Maybe Ty Simpson is going to go on and be a great quarterback at some point in the NFL, and I'll easily eat that. But yeah, just drafted way over ADP, head scratcher. You could have had someone who helps you right now in a wide receiver.
I'm not even sure why you wanted your backup to be a guy who's never taken an NFL snap.
that as well. That is there's so many layers to this. And then also, again, the tight end in the second round was also crazy stuff. But
anyways,
good
luck to the Rams. It makes the NFL interesting as heck because you have this absolute bully giant that's fragile.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is again, don't want anyone to get hurt, but we'll see what happens.
It's kind of crazy that we're not going to have that conversation over the course of the season at some point. Right. Yeah, I'm not saying Stafford's going to go down for the year or whatever, but the idea of wow, he got hit pretty hard. His back's acting up. He's going to miss a couple weeks. And then people being wow, so the Rams went from a +7 to a -3. That's a big adjustment. Is that right? Well, Ty Simpson's never taken a snap. So yes.
It's also crazy. We barely heard anything. So much preseason stuff around the Rams and Stafford last year. It was all the back, and then the season comes and it's I feel like we barely got a murmur of it throughout the entire year. But
yeah, well, he rejuvenated it in that
wasn't it sleeping on the floor or something like that?
No, it was in that cryo chamber thing where they did whatever they did.
Oh man, maybe they got the secret stuff from what's it called, Space Jam or whatever it is. Anyways, let's get into the NBA Finals here. It's crazy. It's June. We spent 10 minutes just talking NFL.
Well, I don't want to talk about basketball.
I hope you got off the Thunder. I hope you were able to buy in on the Spurs a little bit here.
I got a couple of game by games by then, but I wiped out, just for record, for clarity. We're having a good time. It's June. May 2026 was my worst month betting, going back to September of 2024. It was a bad month. The French Open was a disaster. The NBA playoffs were a disaster from a futures standpoint. I typically, for those who kind of want to know how you balance a book, I set aside a 5-figure bankroll, slice of my bankroll to play in-season futures for NBA and try to time the market, get the best price available on the teams that I feel like are ultimately going to be standing at the end I put almost all of that into Celtics Thunder. Celtics to win the East, Thunder to win the title. Neither of those really made it to the point where I could exercise or get much equity out of it. And then, after the Super Bowl, which was hugely successful for me, I rolled all of those winnings into more Thunder titles. So I'm back to square one here, buddy. I had a good NBA regular season. All of it's gone. It was the month of May was a hard reset for a lot of hard work done over the last year.
It's all right. That's part of the game, part of the business.
Yeah.
Take the losses.
I had some great CLV.
Yeah, that's the most important part. But it's okay because listen, the NBA Finals isn't finished yet. So we still have some opportunity. Bet 7 more games, or we'll see how many games we'll be able to bet here. I just want to take a look at this finals in totality here. Take a step back, look at the series. Anything you like in terms of series prices right now? Spurs minus 194 to win. Series spread, Spurs favorite minus 1.5, around minus 130 here. Any opinion you have on this series price?
I'm in percentages instead of American odds. My bad, but
you're good.
But yeah, my current price says this is a sale on the Spurs, and considering again like where I'm at, with the way things have been going, I'm very tempted to shove Spurs and try to get back. I'm going to play this game by game, I think, because there's, to me at least, the matchup of Thunder Knicks, which is what I spent a lot more time thinking about, was pretty uninspiring. Like I really just didn't think the Knicks stood much of any chance in that series, and that in particular the point of attack defense was going to smother Brunson, and then Brunson was going to be a huge liability on the floor for them. Brunson's still going to be a huge liability on the floor for the Knicks defensively in this matchup, but offensively he should have plenty of opportunity to be a difference maker against this squad. I think in general, this should be a fun series. There should be some kind of ebbs and flows, some back and forth a bit. My numbers say Spurs should be about a 72% chance to win. So a little bit of value on Spurs series, not a ton. My numbers say the Spurs should be about a 6.5 point favorite at home. So game 1, I'm going to be betting Spurs. I think the market is taking a bit of an overcorrection here to the rest versus rust type of paradigm. Spurs obviously came through a very competitive 7-game series against the Thunder, but the break is non-trivial as far as a physical reset, and they're at home, which obviously is usually not the case when you have these sort of fatigue disadvantages. It's a lot of times you want to prey on the team on the road that has the rest disadvantage, not the team that is kind of actually reasonably rested in at home. So I don't think that there's much of an edge or an angle to be said on just rest disadvantage for this game 1. And I think the Spurs are the better team. So I'm going to lay them in game 1 and hope that there's an opportunity. If you see some things matchup wise that spell, positives particularly for the Knicks offensively in this series, which I think you will, then I think betting them series price at an even, kind of if it overcorrects would be a fun way to play this. But ultimately, I think the Spurs are going to win. Ultimately, I think the West was clearly better. And I think there's a world where the Knicks pulling the wool over a lot of people's eyes in terms of fair rating, just because they came through an extremely soft path. And that could be realized here pretty quickly. So I'm all over the place. I haven't staked anything. I want to make my money back. I'm tempted to just blast Spurs, but I do think, the idea that, that Brunson might ultimately be kind of the best offensive player in this series, I think is real. And in that world, at least it's going to be competitive. It's going to be fun. And we could see some back and forth. So being a little cautious, got to save my bankroll to bet the World Cup,
There you go. It's the time of the year where we all become soccer experts, and we do actually have World Cup content coming out. I'll plug this right now. Content coming out here on this channel. You got Goon coming on. DeBundo's going to be coming on. These guys are all soccer experts, not myself, who's going to pretend to be a soccer expert over the next month and a half and play that role a little bit here. Obviously, good bit, but I'll be firing away blindly on stuff, and who knows how it goes. We might actually have a fun contest. You mentioned Brunson as the best, your opinion, the best offensive player in this. In this series, there's some Markets out there on FanDuel. I didn't ask you to price this stuff out, so it's going to be kind of putting you on the spot here. Series top point scorer, Brunson, plus 155 right now. The top of the market right now is obviously Wemby, odds-on favorite, minus 175 to lead the series in total points scored. With the way that the Spurs sort of kind of been blowing teams out, and if you think they're the stronger team, there might be opportunity for like Wemby to get rested, not play as many minutes, and then Brunson will probably be on the court for majority of the time here. And plus 155, do you think that's like a good price, something you'd want to take a shot at?
Yeah, no, I would take a shot there. So he's the best offensive player in this series on paper. His offensive EPM is almost a point higher the way I rate him relative to Wemby. And in general, it's tough to take a really high confidence stand in this series without knowing what ultimately is going on with Mitchell Robinson. I've talked to two really, really sharp injury people, and they both said like polar opposites. One was like, "Oh, he'll gut it out, he'll play," and the other guy was like, "Oh, the update they just gave you says he's, it's worse than they're letting on." And so, I am 50-50 on impact and availability and impact for Mitchell Robinson if he was fully healthy and on the court. I think your world where you are wearing down Wemby physically is kind of a series leveling, kind of aspect. But without him on the court, Wemby, could definitely threaten Brunson for top scorer. Your number 3 offensive player just behind Wemby for me is Karl-Anthony Towns. I think De'Aaron Fox looked pretty good by the end of the Thunder series. He's going to be fine offensively, but you're talking about maybe 20 points a game type of ceiling for him. Julian Champagnie is probably going to draw a lot of, kind of one-on. His primary defender is probably going to be Brunson. He's going to eat, but I don't think he could outscore Brunson over the balance of the series. And then everybody else is just kind of they'll have limited role and up and down here. So for me, I think Brunson should be close to odds on, and I think plus 155 is a pretty decent bet. I also don't ever, Brunson being small has never really affected his ability to get, just in general, like solid looks, even against really huge, defensive rim protectors. So I don't think there's going to be as much of a impact like we saw with Shea, where just the matchups we've seen between these two teams. Like Shea has always kind of been a little bit less, a little shy with Wemby, patrolling the paint. Brunson has not. So I think Brunson's going to get his offensively in this one. The bigger question is just how big of a weakness is his defense, right? If I was to simplify the series into just like one thing, like if Brunson's defense is as bad as I think it is, then the Spurs are going to be able to pick their number in this one. Like they may not be able to stop the Knicks from getting to 110, but the Spurs are going to get to 111 whenever they feel like it, right? Like that's kind of the way that this sets up, in my opinion, because of his defensive weaknesses. But ultimately, like if he can somewhat hold his own or if the Spurs don't have enough of a solid advantage at the point of attack offensively, because their offensive players have some limitations, then there's definitely a world where it could be a kind of more coin flippy. So I'm pretty excited to see how impactful to the downside Brunson's defense is, because to me at least that's kind of the only, like, of all the players they're going to have meaningful minutes and role in this series, they're all positives, offensive and defensive, except for Brunson's defense.
Yeah, so it seems like the Knicks are going to need a lot of help going on there with Brunson to ensure that maybe he doesn't go, he isn't as poorly or as much of as hurtful as he is defensively to this team. Seems like I know where you lie in the first game, but I'm just going to ask you anyways here. Spurs minus 4.5, minus 118. We've seen them, like, I've seen like 5.5s like around like at plus 100. We haven't gotten there yet on FanDuel. You want to get this money back after OKC. We don't recommend chasing. This is all in fun. But yeah, if you had an opinion, seems like you have an opinion on this game on Wednesday. Are you taking the Spurs at 4.5 at minus 118, or do you want to you want to wait and see how this for the first game at least, just to see if the rest is meaningful though?
I don't think this closes 4.5. I think this is closing 5.5, maybe 6. I have yet to see anyone who makes numbers that I take seriously come up with anything less than 6 for the Spurs in this one. So I think this is going one way. I would be inclined to say that the rest versus rust, the rust aspect of the Knicks, and even like rest versus blah 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 blah. The level of competition step up here for the Knicks is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. The last time they were on the basketball court, they played a Cleveland Cavaliers team who let go of the rope to the degree that they just wanted, 3-2-1 Cancun type of effort. Like now you're taking on a Spurs team that is young and healthy and hurt and absolutely as dangerous and violent as any team they've played in the last 2 months. So this is a big step up in competition. And I think I'm gonna lay 5. I have 5 right now with the Spurs. I'm gonna lay 5. And I'm gonna play some alt spreads and try to get Spurs blowout type of coverage.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great look because we've seen the Spurs sort of run away with leads here and not just win these games, but also cover, even though they have some of these spreads, at least earlier on in the
Spurs first half also looks pretty good to me. The Knicks in that first game against the Cavs, who again, were ready to call the season. Boy, did they look bad in that first half.
Yeah, no, that's I don't want to think about the Cavs for like the next till that Drew, like when I tell you I had some of the dumbest futures parlayed together with Cavs winning, and like they came home for me, and I just needed the Cavs to just make the NBA Finals, and they didn't. I was super excited after the first halfway through the first game. I'm like, holy shit, there's a real chance with these. These are live. Those have been sitting in my account since like I'm not even kidding you, October. So it's finally good to get them out. Finally, it was good to get them out. Yeah, I had some plus 500s. Anyways, it was some great futures that I had there that I decided to, I don't know why, parlay with the Cavs. Anyways, enough about the Cavs. Before you head out here, I actually have you for a couple more minutes. I don't know if you have anywhere to go. I want to ask you about the French Open before we touch on the French Open here. MVP equity. I'm asking everyone who comes on the show who wants to talk NBA, does Wemby have equity if the Spurs lose?
I wanted to have that hot take and say yes.
I love it.
But the Knicks are such a media darling, If this was like the Pacers, then yes, right? But the Knicks have so much tailwind with the way that they're covered that if they win, I think Brunson is 100% equity for the Knicks. I don't think that there's any get cute with the Knicks down a down the card guy for the Knicks. There's been times in the past where OG Anunoby had like a blow up game 5 type of game 6 to get him across the wire, and you would have said, wow, oh my goodness, in this series if there was an MVP it would have been OG. I don't think you get cute with that. I don't think he's going to have the sustained impact in this series to be considered realistic opportunity there, and I think in general Brunson is going to lead the series in scoring. Probably he could lead the series in scoring at a sweep, a Spurs sweep. I think Wemby should be 100.0% equity of the Spurs winning the title, and Brunson should be probably in the 98% ballpark. What's
the point, or what's the 2% ballpark? Is that Cat just playing incredible? Is that Anunoby like shutting down Wemby?
It's Anunoby doing something mind-blowingly good offensively in the clutch in games 5 and game 6 and stopping Wemby to where the Knicks win in 6 on their home court, and OG is like the guy that got them there.
Yeah, I think honestly, like as this series plays out, if it's gonna be like a 2-1, 2-2 series after 4 games, I think you'd want like an Anunoby ticket in your pocket for like those scenarios that you mentioned right there.
Yeah, Anunoby is their best defensive player. He's their most important defensive player, and if they are single-handedly, like if they are able to stop the Spurs from getting to like, if the series is tracking like game by game is going under, right? Like that's telling you that like the Knicks defense is playing better than they should be on paper, that the limitations of Brunson on the court aren't mattering, and that OG Anunoby's impact is huge. So the 2% chance where is where people like are telling that story. After game 5, they're like, can you like it's 2-2, it's we go to San Antonio, Anunoby has a 25-point game with makes 3s in the 4th quarter and shuts down Wemby somehow, and people are like, this is crazy. OG Anunoby good enough to stop Wemby, like that's sort of where that comes from. But again, it's 2%, so
yeah, it's very small chance.
I need 50-1, which I don't think you're getting, right?
He's 45-1 right now, actually. So like you're close. You're close.
It's not crazy.
Anyways,
that'd be fun. Yeah. You know what that would do?
What?
That would solve a big hole in my bankroll.
Hey, if you click it, tell me and I'll click it with you. I'm not even kidding. I listen. All the people in the chat, they're making fun of me right now for saying that like I root for my friends' favorite teams to win. Like, no, I root for my friends. So like Drew, I want to root for you. Sure. I'll ride with you. You let me know when we click and same thing I do with Isaac. Anyways, speaking of Isaac, let's talk a little bit of French Open. Sure. If you want, you can just be like, nah, I'm done with the French Open. It's just been so crazy. I'm out here.
It has been pretty terrible.
It's been entertaining at least, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if you want chaos, certainly.
I unfortunately love chaos. But Dinsick, Fonseca facing off later today. FAA, Cavalli, Berrettini, Arnaldi. We got some fun matchups here. Anyone you like on the men's side in terms of futures? Like we cannot take Zverev. We have to like.
No, well, he's just gonna win. It sucks, but it's gonna happen. Hey, look, man, I've already gotten all of the. I've stocked up on asterisks, right? I'm loaded up. I'm fully stocked on asterisks. I'm just gonna be making sure everybody gets one so that they can carry on. That this French Open for Zverev has an asterisk. He is not a Grand Slam winner. This draw that he is ultimately going through to get to this title is weaker than like some 250s that he has probably won. Like I bet you I can find like a 2022 like Munich Open that he won, which is a 250, which is much less competition. That was a more difficult draw than this. Like this is absolutely absurd what he's going through. His fatigue advantage over Hodar today was unbelievably huge. Just time on court was just not fair. Same thing's going to happen next round, in my opinion. I think Fonseca's coming through. I think Fonseca's in for a war tonight against Dinsick. Dinsick is just in general one of the better servers on tour, and even though this is a clay court, the roof is closed, the conditions are going to favor service. Dinsick absolutely is going to force tie breaks in this one. I think games over is a decent bet. This has like 6-7, 7-6, 6-4, 6-4 kind of a vibe to me, and I think Fonseca is going to find a way, but it's pretty low confidence. And then I think he's going to struggle against Zverev, considering how much tennis he's played so far this fortnight. And then Zverev, I think, takes on probably Canada's own Felix Auger-Aliassime in the final. And I'll be cheering for Felix, but I think he's got a pretty small chance of winning.
Yeah, pretty tough road for him to win here. And you just said something, and listen, maybe you can make fun of me if you want here, but did you say that the roof is going to be closed?
Yeah.
They can do that?
Oh, yeah.
Why didn't they do that during like the insane heat that was like
the world wonders?
Okay, sorry. I was like, wait, what?
They could have. Oh yeah, for sure. The just a tiny commentary on the center thing. It was malpractice of player management, really, by him and by his team.
Yeah.
They were told, because again, they wanted to put a terrible match in the night slot. They were told he was going to get a daytime slot. They elected to take the noon start time. That is the first match contested on Philippe Chatrier is the noon time slot. If you know anything about the Earth, the sun is directly overhead at noon. And so there is no escaping the sun when you're on Philippe Chatrier. They chose that. No men's world number one has opened up Philippe Chatrier play in 25 years. They really went out of their way to kind of buck norms and put him in harm's way. And then they had no plan. It's like they didn't know their player was susceptible to heat damage. It's like who have they been watching for the last 5 years, right? And it was absolutely ridiculous. He doesn't go into the locker room to sit in the air conditioning and regroup before the fifth set. It was just absolutely stunning, and it was the worst collapse that has happened in tennis in at least 25 years, maybe longer. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, they get what they deserve. That was very, very poor management by him and his team.
Arrogant, if anything. Let's flip
that's right.
Flip over, talk women's quickly before you head out here. Sabalenka odds on -145. We have two Ukrainians playing head to head. I believe it's today. Yeah, at tomorrow at 4 a.m. It looks like. First time we're gonna have a Ukrainian in the women's Ukrainian in the quarterfinals in the Open era. Anyone else other than Sabalenka, or is this just again like this is Sabalenka's to win?
So no, I think it should be a fun ride in here. Sabalenka, I do think will be in in the finals. So I think for what it's worth, the Ukrainian head-to-head you're referring to is Marta Kostyuk versus Svitolina, which happened this morning, and Kostyuk came through. Kostyuk is absolutely lighting the world on fire right now. She's playing so phenomenally well. She's gonna, I think, beat Andreeva, represent the bottom half of the draw in the finals. And then Sabalenka is much stronger player than Schneider, particularly on clay. She comes through that, I think, unscathed, and she'll draw Kalinskaya versus this Polish player who I learned existed when I saw the draw printed. So the idea that Sabalenka is going to stumble between now and the final, I think, is pretty ridiculous. So Sabalenka versus Kostyuk is what you're handicapping for the final. I think Sabalenka is probably, I say probably, I know my number is going to say she should be about minus 200 in that one, a little bit under 200, minus 195. So my guess is with her reputation and how much support she gets in the market, her money line price is going to be bigger than that. So if you want to lock in minus 145 right now, and then take Kostyuk in the final, if you can get like a plus 180, plus 200, that's a really fun way to play the women's on the way in. I like Kostyuk. She hasn't lost on clay this year. She's playing with confidence and playing phenomenal tennis. She's got a shot against Sabalenka, but Sabalenka probably wins this, which again, like a Sabalenka-Zverev French Open tandem is about as uninspiring as it gets.
Yeah. A lot of people on Twitter are not too happy. Don't want that result. I've gotten the Etsy witches on the case. I even wrote down Zverev's name on a piece of paper, put it with some water and paprika in the freezer, and that's supposed to like curse him a little bit. So I did that. We're trying everything here. So we're trying.
All right, I'll do that today.
Sounds good. Drew, appreciate you joining the show. You can follow Drew on Twitter.
Whatever it takes to stop this, man.
That's what I mean. Etsy witches, anything. You can follow Drew on Twitter at @whale_capper. Drew, thank you so much for joining the show. We'll chat soon.
Best luck.
Awesome
Can't wait for
stuff. Awesome stuff there from Drew. What the heck, Mike? You just like kicked Drew out of here early. What were you going to say, Drew? Sorry.
I'm excited to hear Bo's breakdown of the Stanley Cup next.
There we go. Perfect stuff. Thank you for setting that up, Drew. We'll chat soon. Little quick with the trigger there. It's okay. All right. We just got to get into the next guest here, and I apologize for making him wait this long. Bortolussi. You love him. Number one. We'll call him the number one trading card collector on gambling Twitter. I don't even know if that's true, but I just know that he has his collection of cards, including a Marner signed card, which should go up in value when he wins the Conn Smythe. Mr. Bortolussi, welcome to the show. How's it going, my friend? Oh, we got is he on? I don't hear him right now. Maybe we'll get him on in just a second here. We got a lot to talk about.
Can you hear me?
Oh, we got him now. Can
you hear me?
Yeah, we're good to go.
We're good?
Yes. How's it going?
It's going well. Nobody jerks a curtain quite like the enophile Drew Dinsick. Do you know what that word means, Cooper?
Nope. No. I'm not.
It means
I don't have an English PhD.
It's a wine lover or enthusiast.
Okay.
And that man is certainly that.
He's definitely a wine lover, definitely an enthusiast, and I guess I'm also a wine lover and enthusiast. Let's dive into things today. Before we get into things, though, you wanted to bring something up from last week's show.
Yes. Can you please play a clip?
Let's Mike. Let's roll the clip.
Right.
Yeah, I think he's live to lay a poop in his diaper at some point in the series.
I think that right now, even though there's the ice stuff, I think Carter Hart at 30-1 is a good bet for Conn Smythe, and I think there's a possibility where he could win it in a loss as well, because Carolina does not have they have no Taylor Hall, I guess, is at the top. Jackson Blake.
Taylor Hall, Logan St-Govan, Jackson Blake. That entire line is just like 800 to 10-1.
I just don't feel like it would be a pretty big stretch for one of those guys to win Conn Smythe. I have some bets on Aho and Jarvis just in case they go off in the finals. I thought there was a chance against Montreal they might get it together, but I don't mind Carter Hart 30-1. Honestly, I think he's being discounted a lot because of the off the ice stuff, but his numbers are so good. I think Carolina's going to pepper him with shots in the Cup final. There's a decent chance he could win it even if they lose, in my opinion. I think the gap between Marner and Hart.
All right. Two things to address here. First, a possibility that Carter Hart could win the Conn Smythe in a loss. Are we even sure he can win it in a win?
I don't listen, but I'm not. I don't want to talk poorly about the guests. I don't like disagreeing with Rob. I got my job on the line here, but I don't see how Carter Hart wins. I mentioned that a little earlier in the show, I believe. But go ahead.
Okay, but let's set that aside for a second. How exactly is he going to win it in a loss? What world is he living in?
I don't know.
What path is he envisioning for the deviant to win?
I have no.
And we can legally call him a deviant. We're not going to use the R word. I don't know if we can even say the R word. Does that lead to?
No, we're not.
We're not going to say it. We're not going to say it. But can we even? Does that lead to demonetization for you guys?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Okay, I was wondering, is that just a TikTok thing or is that a YouTube thing? I guess it's everything. Okay, well, we're not going to use that. We're not going to use that word anyways because it was already proven in a court of law that he is not. But we could call him a deviant.
Yes,
because his behavior in that hotel room certainly deviated from normal expected behaviors, right?
Yes, and I think also,
and that's why Gary suspended him.
There you go. And I think also if you take a look at the voters, you can find some of their. If you look through their tweet history as well, you can kind of like decipher that they're probably not going to vote for him in really any scenario.
Right. I guess I could see him. He could win, I guess, in a win, but
the only way for him to
that type of series, I don't think it's likely to play out.
Yeah, I think I agree with you here. And even if Vegas does win again, like his path to winning, I don't think anyone out of Carolina will vote for him because I want to say I don't know exactly who the reporters are for Carolina, but it's a group of reporters for Carolina, writers for Vegas, and then national writers. The national writers will not vote for him. The only cabal of writers who will vote for him is probably Vegas, and I just don't think Carolina writers will have him on their ballot. Anyways,
right. And then there's one more thing to address with that clip. He says that it's a pretty big stretch for one of Hall, Stankoven, or Blake to win. Okay. Right now, Taylor Hall leads the playoffs in even strength points. And he's looking to join an elite group of first overall picks that have won all of the Hart, the Cup, and the Conn Smythe. Ooh. And that's a list that includes only Sid, Ovi, Patty Kane, Mario, and Guy Lafleur. And we might be adding Taylor Hall to that.
Interesting.
Despite what Robert would have you think.
I actually think that's a very interesting angle narrative. I wonder. I don't know if you saw that on Twitter or if that's something that you looked into yourself. But if that,
I saw it on Twitter. I don't do my own research like that.
Okay, no, but if that narrative gains legs, that gives Taylor Hall an edge to this line where they're kind of giving out equity. Essentially distributing the equity somewhat evenly here between actually no, I guess it's shifted a little bit. Hall is plus 650, Stankoven plus 850, Jackson Blake 15-1. So talk us through this Conn Smythe market. Is that your click right now, Taylor Hall?
What price did you say it is at FanDuel? 650
at FanDuel. We can shop though.
I'd have to work it out, but right now I would say maybe a 55. If the Hurricanes win, somewhere between 50 and 60% Freddie, somewhere between 25 and 35 Hall.
Okay.
Because even if Stankoven scores, there's a decent chance Hall's picking up points on that, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And Blake's right there in points, but I don't even know if these 18 voters know what Jackson Blake looks like. Like, do you know what could you pick Jackson Blake out of an all Caucasian lineup?
Yes, only because of his father. He looks like his father, Jason Blake.
Oh, okay. I'm betting you some of those 18 couldn't. If they can, they couldn't 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's for sure. You put me in that lineup, they might pick me instead.
Yeah.
All right. So talk a little bit about this second line is like what I want to talk about here. I want to break down the Stanley Cup Finals. Carolina, Vegas right now. Carolina minus 154 to win. I I'll give you my opinion on the finals, and you tell me where I'm wrong here. I'm curious if we're aligned. I wonder if you're going to be higher on Carolina or lower on Carolina. I think people know that I think I'm higher on Vegas than the market is currently given right now. I just look at Vegas's top 9, and I'm shocked this isn't more of a narrative. It's like, have we seen a top 9 better in recent memory than this top 9? Their third line is Tomas Hertl, and has Hertl and Mark Stone on it. Those guys could play on almost half of the NHL's first lines. Their depth is incredible. And Carolina's path to victory, to me, this second line needs to be humming and continues to hum. That their second line has been the engine of this team. I just don't see how they're going to, they'll score, but I don't think they'll score at the same rate they've been scoring over the past couple of series against all three of these top 3 lines for Vegas. All 3 of these lines can kind of play whichever way they want, offensively, defensively. They're all great top to bottom 2 ways. And I think that's going to propose a big challenge for that second line here. So if we continue to see Aho, Jarvis, Svechnikov, if you see that first line for Carolina not step up, not score, not generate, and then you have this second line struggling against what will be their toughest competition they faced in all 3 of these lines. The Carolina path to victory doesn't seem as likely as the odds are making it out to be. Listen, Carolina advantage on the defensive side. Goalies, to me, coin flip. Carter Hart's been playing better, but both these guys trapdoor could fall out from underneath them. I just think looking at the top 9 forwards for Vegas, I think it's like the edge here goes to Vegas. Where am I wrong, Bo?
I'm not going to say you're wrong.
Okay.
I make the series fair. Carolina minus 122, I think. Yeah, 122. So no, I wouldn't be at all surprised if that's the case. And you talk about Vegas's top 9. I love Carolina's top 9. Like you're talking about that Vegas third line. What about Ehlers, Stahl, Martinook?
Yep, that's a good point.
Yeah, these might be 2 of the best top 9s to play this century.
Yeah, and I think also the edge for Carolina here, obviously, Rod Brind'Amour is insane, incredible as a head coach. I love that he has identified this second, the second line. I keep calling second line, third line. They're both essentially second lines. They just have their own identities, right? Like Jordan Stahl's line can shut down while having offensive pop with Ehlers, and the second line of Stankoven, Hall, Blake is just relentless pressure in the offensive zone. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be a tough one here. So no.
Sorry, your audio cut out for me a bit towards the end there. Did you have a question? Did you want me to add anything?
No, all good. Just wondering if where you would lay on this series.
Sorry, what's my official pick? Is that what you're asking?
So if you had something on the series, is it Vegas plus 128? Because I know you said the number on here, the Canes is minus 122. So maybe you like Vegas plus 122. What do you like in this series?
I've seen some Vegas and 7 plus 620s. Not at FanDuel, but elsewhere. I would maybe just take that. If someone didn't have any plays on anything.
It's Vegas and 7. I'm just trying to find the price right now.
Plus 610.
Plus 610. Plus 610.
I'm not sure where it was, but.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to find that right now on FanDuel. Yeah, there we go. Plus 500, but you can get it at plus 610. Elsewhere, obviously, shop around. Any other futures or series prices, series bets you're looking at here? Do you have anything for maybe leading goal scorer in the series, exact games, heck, just players to score X amount of goals? Did you look at the Stanley Cup handoff market? Anything you like here in terms of these exotic markets on the series?
Yeah, I looked at the player head-to-head points on FanDuel. I think Seth Jarvis. I see Seth Jarvis plus 235 against Eichel. Aho plus 176 against Marner, and Svechnikov plus 205 against Stone. I think all 3 of those are a little bit off.
Yeah, it's also
they're all too high.
Yeah, I think
even with that, the top guys for Carolina not producing, I would definitely take those 3.
Yeah, and if you do bet all 3, they're all correlated. Where the Marner, Eichel, Stone stuff 5-on-5, they're not correlated, right? All 3 of those guys don't play on the same line. So obviously be careful if you're betting this stuff, because Jarvis, Aho, Svechnikov coins are Svechnikov points are going to be correlated because they play on the same line, basically whenever they're on the ice, they're going to be on the ice with each other. So if they're getting points, one or both of them will get points.
Yeah, but also you don't need to be careful because the limits aren't the greatest. So just have at it.
Of course. There you go. Go at it.
There's nothing to worry about.
All right. Yeah. Well, it depends. Obviously, it depends on we don't know what everyone's bankroll looks like here. But yeah, just take a shot at it, take a swing, make sure you're betting within your limits. But yeah, I like all these. Maybe except for the Aho Marner one, but I think that's because I'm a little biased towards Mitch there. Any final thoughts before we move on from the NHL series here? Anything you like for this first game? Any opinion you have?
First, can we talk about my guy and your guy?
Yeah.
Mitchie and Freddie.
There we go. Let's hear it.
Yeah. Well, my guy's your guy and your guy's my guy. Our guys are here, Cooper. Our guys are here, Cooper.
Our guys are here. Marner and Anderson. And like, shout out if you've been listening to the show since the beginning of the playoffs, because Bo, you came on. I think it was like we got some crazy 30-1 prices on Freddie Anderson in pocket right now. So we are definitely sitting pretty here. Yeah, these are our guys, and it's crazy.
So many nicknames for these two. So many nicknames: Maserati Mitch, Magic Mitch, Manchild Mitch, Mitch and Famous, Embarrassment of Mitches, and then you have Fred again, Fred Zilla, Fred Lightstop, Steady Freddie Anderson, Freddie Set No, Ready Freddie, and perhaps my favorite: you don't have to put on the Fred light.
You don't have to put on the Fred light. All right. Don't call the police there on this one. Anyways, before I want to talk MLB quickly here, but any opinion on this first game, or do you want to just head out, flip over, talk MLB quickly, give the people what they want in some futures?
First game, no opinions. No strong opinions, at least.
Oh, no strong opinions here. Someone in the chat bringing up, Bo, do you have any opinion on Bo Jackson? I don't know if you've heard my Bo Jackson takes here, but Chad is
I have not.
All right.
What are those takes?
All right. The chat is asking for it. People have changed their picture, including Joseph Myers, to Bo Jackson in the chat. I was just saying, Bo Jackson. Listen, Bo, I don't know your exact age. I think you're like a little like your early 30s, maybe mid 30s, maybe late 20s. But Bo Jackson came on the show, and I decided to say, you know what, Bo Jackson's like a little bit overrated in terms of his legacy based on what he's done on the field. So Bo Jackson legacy greater than his actual on-field production. Agree or disagree?
Probably. Above my pay grade.
They're
I couldn't tell you.
I love it. We're like two for 4 on people agreeing with me. You and Drew are the two who've agreed with me so far. So I appreciate that. People are blinded by the mythos of Bo Jackson just because he has a slogan, just because he has like a video game basically like that he's aligned with in Tech Mobile, and he was really good in it. Like people think that his on-field product was like crazy out of this world. Nah, we've seen better. We've seen better right now in the NFL. Anyways, before you head out here, you had some awards you wanted to discuss. Cy Young and Rookie of the Year. Fire away at it.
All right. I think last time I was on, I released Jose Soriano.
Oh, okay.
And it appears I've sold the public a bill of goods on that one.
Okay.
I think since I was on, I believe he has a 5.6 ERA, which is worse than replacement level.
Wow.
Yeah. The command is just not there. Way too many walks. And now that the temperatures are going up, he's just looking so sweaty out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he looks very sweaty, which is never a good sign.
Yeah.
You see it with Framber Valdez all the time. Once the summer comes, too sweaty.
All right. So then who are we looking at here for the AL Cy Young? Our boy Dylan Cease.
Sorry, did you say Cease?
Yeah.
No. How many more starts is he going to miss? Do you know?
I am not sure. I am not sure. I just like the nickname.
But yeah, it is wide open. But no, C-set plus 550?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Not right now. I don't know if I should disclose that. Okay. I don't know if I can disclose someone not at the top of the board, but I'm still adding.
Okay. All right, we can pause.
What I can say is I'm not at any point going to look to take either Cease or DeGrom.
Okay.
Or Schlittler at this price.
Okay, so we're looking towards the Woo Bird
thin,
is looking
isn't
at me. Yeah, it's thin, but
It's
Woo
thin.
Bird and Davis Martin. Anyways, we can flip over. Any opinion on the NL Cy Young? We've seen like Sanchez sort of jump everyone. He's had like an electric year so far, but like seeing Skeens and Ohtani at plus 550, plus 750, I'm kind of like chomping at the bit to bet both those players just because of how generationally good they are. But it seems like it's between Sanchez or Miz right now midseason.
Yeah, no interest in Skeens at this price. Plus 550. He's behind too many guys. They're already 12 games in. Unless Skeens finds a way to have the lowest ERA, I just don't think he's going to get there. Okay. Not with two guys that are going to have more strikeouts. One guy in Sanchez who's probably going to have more innings pitched. But Ohtani, what is Ohtani on FanDuel right now? Do you have it up? Is it plus 700?
Ohtani 750.
750? I think I released him last time I was on with you. 750. Yeah. I think that's good.
Okay.
Like I don't think he's leading right now, but there's still so much runway. And I've seen some people say now that if Ohtani has an ERA under 1, it has to be him. But he's not going to have an ERA under 1. Like, it needs to be that the voters need to be okay with giving it to him if he's at like 1.55 and the others are at like 2. But that's way too high of a standard to say he's only the Cy Young if he has an ERA under 1, because that's not going to happen.
All right, we'll keep an eye on that as well. Sanchez, it just feels like Sanchez and Mizrowski are like peaking right now. When like that's all like as we've seen with like the Hart Trophy, which hasn't been given out yet. But you don't want the guys that are peaking mid-season. So you get the guys that are peaking mid-season, score 50 goals.
Yeah, and the one thing
in the NHL, and you end up losing. It's like, wow.
The one thing with Mizrowski is he has no track record of performing over a full season.
Yeah.
Sanchez can keep it up.
Yes.
He did it last year. He received all 30 second place votes last year with, I think, like 210 innings. So he can do it, but who knows what Mizrowski's velocity looks like in August.
Yes. Yeah.
And right now, I think are they basically the same price, like plus 170 and plus 180?
Yes, 170, 185.
Yeah, there's no clicking Mizrowski at all at this price.
Miz me with Mizrowski. Let's go on to the Rookie of the Year before you head out here. NL Rookie of the Year, Weather holds the lead. I believe you came on here and gave out AL Rookie of the Year McGonigal, who's plus 110 right now with the Murakami, I guess like slight injury here. What you still like McGonigal at this price with Murakami out? I think it's like 4 weeks. I think.
4 to 6 weeks. At plus 110. I think he's more likely than 50% at this point, but I wouldn't necessarily rush out to bet plus 110 with still so much runway. And what is Messick? Parker Messick?
Messick
plus
900. Plus
900?
Yeah.
At current prices, that would be the only one I would take. It's Parker Messick.
Okay. Messick is the only guy we would take, not Savage.
No. I would. I think the Savage is quite low on FanDuel. What is he?
22 to 1.
Oh, he's 22 to 1. There's also 30 to 1s.
Oh, okay.
I like those 30 to 1s.
Okay, noted.
Yeah. I would go with the pitchers. I would not try to beat McGonigal with a hitter.
Okay. Yeah, we need something excellent from these pitchers to make stuff happen here. Anything for NL Rookie of the Year before you head out here, or is that it for the futures look?
No comments on that.
All right, no comments on that. Bo, appreciate you joining the show. Any final thoughts before you head out, whether it be on the NHL series, NHL Stanley Cup Finals, what you've seen in the NHL so far, anything for MLB futures, any final thoughts that's been on the front of your mind, or any cards that you think, not financial advice, people should be scooping up right now, like maybe some Wemby cards?
I just want to know, Cooper, how fired up are you for Gavin McKenna? Player 72. Player 72. The White Horse Wonder. The Aboriginal All-Star. The Dawson City Dangler. He's coming home. He's coming home.
He's coming home. I'm so fired up. I was literally texting my buddy saying we have to get home opener tickets. No matter what. No matter what happens, we're getting home opener tickets.
You should be going to the draft. Why aren't you going to the draft? It's in Buffalo.
I am considering going to the draft as well. I just got to see if I can make it work with the show because it's on a Friday.
Yeah, so I'll probably hop on a bus at Union and head over there. Why not?
I'll probably drive. I just take the. Well, it depends what. I actually didn't consider how it's going to look with the World Cup, but anyways, we'll figure out the logistics later. Bo, appreciate you joining the show. You can follow Bo on Twitter at English Math PhD. Bo, thank you for joining the show. We'll chat soon.
Thank you. Yep.
Great stuff there from Bo as always. Keep firing on Twitter. Also, like an incredible follow on Twitter. So make sure that you do actually follow him because he's one, objectively hilarious, and two, he's really sharp. He's really sharp. Appreciate it when he comes on and shares his knowledge. That's it. That wraps up today's show. But before we head out here, of course, we have to go with the dog of the day. Dog of the day. And there's no other way to play the dog of the day than do what we've been doing for this gosh darn entire NHL playoffs. Vegas plus 128. Get over here. Get in my pocket. We're taking Vegas to win game 1 tonight in Carolina. I just think they're the better team. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. I think this should be closer to a coin flip. I don't like Carolina minus 154. I think Carolina in market is overrated as they've been their entire existence over the last 9 years. Feels like they've been overrated in market. They love those empty calorie shots on net. So, yeah, maybe I'll eat my crow. They're still a good team. I'm going to take the coin flip. I think it should be closer to a coin flip here at plus 128. I'm going to take the Vegas Golden Knights. And that's it. That wraps up today's show. Appreciate you guys tuning in. BetStamp. Oh, yeah. Thank you for reminding me there. The BetStamp Pro ad read. Can't forget about that one. Yeah. Shout out to BetStamp. Instead of wasting your time toggling between sportsbooks and trying to find the best number, you're giving up your edge before you even place the bet. BetStamp Pro pulls real-time odds from over 200 sportsbooks, regulated offshore PBHs, exchanges, and prediction markets, all on one screen with sub-second latency. But the real advantage here is BetStamp Pro's True Line, a proprietary algorithm that aggregates the sharpest sportsbooks to calculate what the real number should be. You're not just seeing the odds, you're seeing where the edge actually is. Sort by EV, filter by hold, and identify off-market lines. The second they appear, this is the same tool professional bettors use to scale their profits. Head over to betstamp.com/hammer to get a 14-day free trial to see the full main market screen for yourself. Link is in the description down below. Or scan that QR code on screen, which you just saw there. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Dog of the day, plus 128, Vegas Golden Knights. Shout out to Bo. Shout out to Drew. Shout out to Mike, keeping things smooth behind the board. Shout out to you guys for tuning in throughout the entire show. Appreciate you guys coming on here. Camber Ribbons asking for a WNBA person. We'll get someone on soon. Don't worry, we got Kirk Evans. Come on, hashtag we are all Knights. We are all Knights. Appreciate you guys tuning in. That's it. That wraps up today's show. Smash the like button on the way out. Goes a long way here on the channel. This has been the Tuesday, June 2nd edition of the Hammer Daily here on the Hammer Betting Network, presented by our good friends over at FanDuel. We'll see you guys right here tomorrow.